Good evening and welcome to the Season 12 of NXTGEN and the modern touring cars here at the halfway point of the season, round number 6, and we're here at the Silverstone National Circuit. It's the British touring cars here yesterday, NXTGEN touring cars here today. Can they produce an absolute thriller? Alongside me tonight is Phil Humphreys from NXTGEN as an admin. So good evening, Phil. How are you? And
good evening.
What are you expecting from today's race?
Well, I mean, this is the first time that, from a streaming perspective, that I've sort of been involved in the touring car league. I stream the Clear Cups on Saturday. There's a lot of familiar names. It's a good track for the cars, so I'm expecting close racing throughout. I know this league has been renowned for close racing, so hopefully more of that tonight will fill our screens.
Definitely. It's obviously very, very tight league at the moment. The lead of the championship currently shared. That is how close this league is at the moment. Let's have a quick look at the points before we get into the 5-minute qualifying that these guys get. So at the top, as I said, a shared leadership between RS Jim. Where is he on the track? He's not here tonight, so he won't be scoring any points. So the current leader then will be Omega. There's Fraser. Too many NGR tags. Where is he? Oh, fine. There he is. Omega currently leads on 76 points, joint with RS Jim. Fraser is currently in third with 72 points. Scooby G is on 67, Whitford 0, 63, Jamie FL 30, 61, Slider Gas on 50, Jack is on 46, Ginge 39, Martin on 32, Edu's on 24 but no longer in the league, Royston's on 23, Monheimofo on 17 along with Shadowstalker, Suzuki RMZ is on 12, Cam123D is on 12, RDJ on 11 along with Tim, Sandwalks on 7 and Mirago Slide on 6. So let's get into the qualifying then. And Candy's pretty much continuing as he left off in the Group A's in the pole position. I mean, 3/10 is a lot to find around Silverstone National.
Cam is having a very good season all around in every league that he's racing in. Last season was a bit of an off season for him. Season 10 was really good. Season 11 a little bit off, but he seems to have got his head back in the game of it now, so to speak.
So let's have and someone else has gone even quicker. I think that's Martin. It's gone quicker, but let's have a quick lap with Cam. We'll go through Copse Corner, clip the curb, hit the curb on the outside. That's Scooby there. As we head into Beckett, just a little bit of curb on the left-hand side, and then pick a line. He's gone very deep through there, the front end not wanting to turn through Beckett, and down the Wellington Straight, get to the right hand side as we head down it into Brooklands. Hit the brakes. There's a late apex at Brooklands. You want to hit the secondary apex, and he's missed it by an absolute mile. Into Luffield, there's kind of like 2 corners, and Cam's given up on this lap.
Yeah, he's obviously letting Scooby go past him now. He knows this one's all over.
Now, what's interesting about this league is that this has been dominated by McGann's. It's constant McGann's, but Jack is having a fairly decent season in his Astra, not the quickest car on the grid at all. Currently 8th place in the championship and only 30 points behind the leaders. That's a pretty good effort from a car that's very underpowered.
Yeah, it is a shame that the likes of the Astra, the BMW and the Mercedes are basically dwarfed in comparison to what the Megane is. It would be nice if there was more of a balance of pay effect going on, really, so we saw a bit more range of cars being used. But it is nice to see the Mercedes, the Astra and the BMW on track as well, so kudos for those who chose those cars.
So yes, qualifying has now finished. Let's see who else on a lap. Martin's in the pits. Who's that on pole at the moment? Omega's now on pole, the championship leader and defending champion. Boy Raxa, debutantes tonight in the modern touring cars in that Megane. Can
he
he
does
go
well
in?
in the Ginetta GT5 league.
Oh, definitely a force to be reckoned with in a Ginetta. That is for sure. As the camera goes a bit shaky. Jack's doing some practice starts. Alright, Mofo's finished his lap. There goes Tim in one of the newly liveried Megans. It's quite cool. But the qualifying result is as follows. Omega takes pole, a good start, keeping his first place in the championship. Martin is in second, Scooby G is third, Cam Deers in fourth, Boyrax a fifth, Slider Gas in sixth, Whitford in seventh, Ginge is eighth, Jack is in ninth, Jamie FL30 is currently in 10th place, Fraser in 11th. That's a bad qualifying from him. One High Mofo's in 12th, Shadowstalker 13th, Tim 14th, M-Boy Extreme 15th and last.
Yeah, looking at the top 10 there, the times very, very close. It could have gone to either one of them, really. Very close there.
Top 11 covered by 0.851 of a second. It's phenomenally tight, but unusually not a brilliant lap from Fraser.
Yeah, he'll come good in the race. He'll come. I think Fraser is one of them that he can get his head down and he'll get involved in it. He won't do anything too rash. He'll just stay with the pack and he'll take his chances when they come. So I think we'll see Fraser move his way up the field.
So then we're going to go to 3 red lights. Tim has already retired before the race starts. We got 3 red lights and we got green here at Silverstone for the modern touring cars. And a good start by the seems of it by Omega, but does Martin have the inside? He does have the inside as we now head through Copse Corner up towards Maggots. Looks like a clean getaway, which is always a good sign. Although Fraser's
plenty of room on the track.
Bit sideways from Omega as we now head through Maggots for the first time of 25.
Slider Gas definitely putting a slider into gas there around that corner there.
Definitely. He's up into 5th at the moment, and as we can see, they are absolutely side by side. That's Whitford down the inside of Boyraxer through Brooklands. He's going to look around the outside of Slider Gas through Lovefield. That doesn't normally work, and Boyraxer's there to take advantage again. Behind this, you got another fantastic battle between Ginge, Jack and Jamie. They head up to Copse Corner. On board with Jamie with the bumper camera.
So yeah, you can see him lining up. He's trying to find a way past Jack. He's going to go around the outside.
Oh, we got a spinner.
Spin there.
I believe that's Whitford. It is Whitford.
Everyone made it through. Well, nearly everyone made it through.
I think Ginge got caught up in that. Either that or Ginge initiated it. By the seams of that, I got a feeling Ginge might have initiated it.
Yeah, has let him past, hasn't he? So yeah, it could have been. That's what can happen though when it's all close and tight. Just a little tap.
Back at the front now, and Omega still leads. Scooby having a good look at Cam as they go into Copse Corner. And yet again, it's McGann top 5 at the moment. And Jamie has finally got past Jack.
Yeah, you can just see from the timing board there, it's literally battle upon battle throughout the entire field at the moment. Literally everywhere you look, there's a battle going on.
So you look at Cam.
Oh, very hard there.
Very close to the back of Martin. He's going to go around the outside of Lovefield maybe. Can he keep it there? Don't think he will. Very good job not to pummel the back of Martin there.
Yeah, he did well to avoid that. Did very well to avoid it.
And Scooby's looking all over the shop to get past. Cam looking at the inside of Cobbs. That could compromise him against Scooby here. Although it doesn't look, it looks like Martin's had a bad run through Copse Corner. Side by side into Maggots, and Cam still on the inside. Down the Wellington Straight they come.
Now is Scooby going to go for a dive down the inside here? He's lining it up. No way free for him just at the moment.
Oh, what a move from Martin if you can make that pull off through Luffield. Sneaking it in between the two McGanns.
Slidergas doing well in that BMW, keeping up with these guys as well.
Well, it's funny you should say that. They had Imola last week, and it was a BMW 1-2 round there. So BMW is definitely not slow, as Scooby looking down the inside of Martin now through Copse Corner. He's got to go careful because Boy Raxa, who isn't really in this championship, is behind. Boy Raxa has nothing to lose here. But that's a good move from Scooby. He's taking Cam Diz as well for second place.
Yeah, Scooby thrives when it's close racing like this. He loves getting involved. Likes making a statement name for himself. Amiga's slightly running away, but at the moment obviously no battles to contend with. He can just concentrate on getting the fastest line. Cam coming under attack here now from the BMW Slidergas.
Slidergas
Martin down the inside as well.
Slidergas having a good look at Boy Raxa there in the Monster Energy car. Not quite being able to do it though, and Martin, in the space of a lap, obviously went from second to fifth. Second to sixth. And then if they're not careful, Jamie's going to catch up to this lot, even though he's got a penalty already.
Yeah, it seems to be that section of the track that NGR Martin seems to be losing out on as well.
Cam wide through Maggots, and Boy Raxa through onto the podium at the moment. Very unusual mistake that from Cam, just running slightly deep into Maggots, and now Boy Raxa on the defence going into Brooklands. Oh, this is looking good from Cam, down the inside for Luffield. Martin looking like diving on the inside of the BMW. He has got that move stuck as well, Martin. Fantastic stuff from him.
Yeah, but Cam opened up the door for NGR Martin then, and NGR Martin just followed him through.
Cam and Boy Raxa still side by side coming on to lap number 7 here at Copse. And that's a... was that done deal? No. Boy Raxa very stubborn. Just about having to give that up, but he's already looking for the inside of Maggots immediately after, and he's got the inside line, as does Slidergas behind.
Yeah, and Jamie and Fraser really catching up to these guys as well. Now Fraser's definitely going to be in this fight.
Contact between the BMW and the McGann. Luckily they get away with it, but Cam is slow out of Maggots, and he could get overtaken here by Slidergas. Jamie's losing positions. There's Fraser. Gradually making his way back up through the order after a poor qualifying. And now side by side with Jamie FL30 going through Woodcut and up towards Copse Corner. The front three have started to pull a gap on the rest of the field. As that Slidergas looking at Cam through Copse, can't quite do it. He will. Oh, and Martin and Jamie behind getting racy as well. Jack is gradually closing in on this battle. They're 3 wide going into Maggots. Luckily, Jamie decides not to make it 3 wide into the right-hander, but Slidergas into 4th, and Cam looking at Martin down the Wellington Straight and towards Brooklands. Jamie looking to almost make it 3 wide again. That's wide from Cam. Martin's going to take the place. Fraser has done Jamie. And now he's going to try and go around the outside of Cam. Fantastic racing from the modern touring cars here.
Yeah, Jamie was having a good attack there. Fraser, not on purpose, obviously got in his way. Just Jamie carrying more speed, just couldn't pull it off though. Sadly, Fraser just a block in the track. He'll come back fighting. Slidergas has gone very wide there.
very wide, or he's almost had a half spin to the inside there, which means Martin goes up into 4th. There's contact behind.
Oh, no.
What's happened there? Jamie and Fraser, that is what I call proper touring cars. They've actually survived that with the front wheel drive.
Yeah, sideways action there, and Jack's taken advantage of that. That's allowed him to come into this battle as well now. Can he be able to keep up in that Astra? That's the big question.
I think that was Jamie just letting Fraser back through, because I think Jamie lent on Fraser significantly going into the right-hander. So, great racing. I mean, this is proper touring cars. I mean, Fraser was tapping the back of Jamie through copse initially. It is like being at the British touring cars at times with these lot.
Okay. It's always going to be a little bit of contact in touring car races. That's just part and parcel of the mentality of the race in the field.
And Fraser passed Cam.
Oh, Fraser.
What a move. Done it before the right-hander and Maggots, and he's already now in the back of Slidergas. Now, Fraser, I will say, a Renault Esports finalist this year, so he's definitely not a slug. And in that Megane,
Yeah,
he loves it.
Oh, he's making a good move on Slidergas here as well. I think Cam's going to slightly get the edge on him here.
Ooh, bit of contact
But
into
again,
left
Jamie's
field.
trying to force his way through, doing an Ashley Sutton there.
Fantastic stuff.
Side
Jamie
by side.
through Woodcut side by side. Here we go. Up towards Copse. If it stays like this is going to be Jamie's corner into Copse corner. He can't get it though, but Fraser, big sideways moment through Copse corner. A lot of opposite lock there, which is not normal in a front-wheel drive car, because the drive obviously to the front of the wheels. Normally if you go sideways, you keep the wheels pointing in the direction you want to go. And that's Jamie, is very, very slow. I'm going to
slow there, I'm not sure what.
I'm going to assume potentially a penalty, slow down penalty for track limits. They have, I must admit, is a big topic normally in the Project Cars communities, and some saying they've actually made them worse in the last update. I mean, I think Jamie...
Yeah, it's no. Just ruins the flow of the game. Sometimes the penalty system, you're never going to please everyone though.
No, I must admit, I have heard incidents of people just running slightly wide, losing a bit of time and positions, and then getting a penalty anyway. So, definitely something to look at in the future. But as they head down the Wellington Straight, we're on board with Slidergas' BMW, who is doing a superb job around here to stay in 5th place.
BMW looks very good on the brakes going into corner. Let's see it here. You can just see how much he's getting. Oh, very much gain in there. It's has to brake hard to avoid contact. As NGR Martin, he's really struggling to keep this Megane in front of this BMW at the moment. It's luckily for him, it's being caught up in the wrong places at the right time for NGR Martin. But BMW looking very, very good around the corners.
We switch to Scooby because this battle for first has closed up immensely.
Now, is that either Scooby on a mission or a slowdown penalty maybe for Omega?
I wouldn't have thought a slowdown for Omega. I think Scooby's just been chipping away and just chipping away very quietly in the background. But he's going to head down the Wellington Straight. He's going to look to the outside now of Brooklands. Force Omega on that inside line. Can he get the overlap for Luffield? He gets a big squeeze, and no, he can't quite get there.
I think he could have got there, but I think it would have caused both of them to lose first and second place, so he backed out of it. Sensible driving.
They live to fight another day, and they're probably going to be fighting into maggots again. Scooby already with one win under his belt tonight, after having to fend off Cam in the Group A's in the BMWs. Into maggots for the 14th time of 25.
Cam down in 7th place now. He was battling up at the front just before, so there's going Scooby again. He's going to try this move again.
Can he squirt? He just can't get this throttle squirted enough between Brooklands and Luffield here to make the move. He may have to now think about switching back on both Brooklands and Luffield. Because to me, it just seems like Omega's just got Brooklands covered going into Luffield. He just closes the door far too quickly to be able to do anything.
Scooby's just having to rethink his game every lap. He's having to try slightly different things, seeing what pays off for him.
It's gone a little bit deep into maggots.
Now
I will say that even though pretty much every driver will have that ABS symbol on the Speedo, they don't all use it. It is an optional thing in this league. It's the only assist you're allowed, and most of the top runners don't bother using it. But Scooby now losing a bit of time after going deep into maggots.
Yeah, it's sort of almost a carbon copy of the lap before that Scooby did that then. So yeah, I don't know if he's lost concentration slightly a little bit.
Ginge, though, obviously the host of this league, he is on the back of Jamie at the moment. Now, remember, Jamie with that penalty. I'm going to have a quick glance at the penalties people have got so far. Obviously, Envoy Extreme doesn't really matter, he's at the back, but Jamie's and Cam's do. Because it can cost you a lot of positions at the end of the race. So, Cam's got a 2-second. Jamie's got 3 seconds worth of penalties on board him. So, he's going to have to go like the absolute clappers to get a decent result out today.
Obviously, Ginge won't know that penalty that Jamie's got, so if it stays like this, at least Ginge will jump up a place instantly due to the penalty system.
Although, it looks like he'd rather take it on track coming into Luffield. Runs slightly wide, but Jamie gives him plenty of room. He's given him an absolute acre.
Yeah, I don't know whether that was a mistake by Jamie or because of that penalty. Then again, no, I don't know what Ginge seems to have let him through quite easy there.
I wonder if Ginge got on the gravel on the exit of Luffield. That will slow you down enough, and it would have been a good run from Jamie from that wide out. Yes, look, Ginge has now got a penalty.
So that's what that was then.
And slidey gas.
From watching Ginge and Jamie then, I didn't really see anything that Ginge did to give him a penalty, really.
And I'll tell you what it was, I think it was running wide through Brooklands. That was probably what gave him the penalty, because I know they're very, very strict on this game around here. It's pretty much, nowadays, with the new penalty system, 4 wheels off the track, you're receiving a slowdown. A very harsh penalty system, but Slide Gas now has a penalty, and he also has Fraser behind him for good company. Lap number 18, and Fraser down the inside on the exit of maggots here. And I must admit, I went to the British Touring Cars yesterday, and Ashley Sutton, every lap he was making that sort of move, squaring the corner up, going down the inside. But can Fraser, he's stuck it around the outside into Luffield.
Oh, I think that was a camera angle more than anything. Thought that was going to be a contact there, but Fraser has pulled it off. Cam's now bringing the fight to Slider Gas as well. Slider Gas holding on for dear life here.
Definitely, although he's got a half decent run out of Luffield in all fairness, coming up towards Cops. Until lap number 19, let's see this battle for the lead. Scooby only 3/10 behind Omega. And that will be Envoy Extreme getting lapped here.
Yeah, nice to see the back markers just staying out of the way, slowing down, letting all the traffic pass there. Scooby going for this wide in approach again. Looks a bit more controlled this time, he's trying it. But out the two, Amiga definitely looking the stronger out the two drivers. On that section of the track at least anyway. But Scooby is not out of this fight yet. There's Boy Raxer in the background as well, NGR Martin just behind him.
Still there's a little battle of three cars here between Fraser, Slider Gas and Cam. Cam obviously much closer to Slider Gas, and Fraser starting to pull away.
Oh, lock up from Cam there.
Luckily
Cam doing very, very well tonight to avoid any contact. He's obviously trying very hard. He's pushing as hard as he can. Unfortunately, the moves just aren't paying off for him. Slider's going for a move here. Fraser's got it covered though.
very close between all the competitors here. And I think there's been a slight mistake from Scooby. He's lost about 2/10 this lap. Possibly 3. But I tell you what, in season 11, Omega was king of the touring cars. Because he won the Monday night Group A's, the Monday night Moderns, and also the Saturday Clios, I believe.
Yeah, he's always a name to contend with in the Saturday Clios. He's doing very well at the moment as well. He's earned the name of King of qualifying in the Clios. I think last season he qualified first in every race. Cam, as I said, he's improved this season, so he's qualified very well. Scooby is coming in the attack again, but again, Amiga's like a rock. He's just not moving. Scooby very close to this time though.
On board with Scooby coming out of left field and towards Woodcut. Wants that to get that slipstream on the way up towards Cops.
I mean, if you're Scooby now, what is going through your head to think, how do I get past Amiga?
He's probably on plan F right now. Comes up into Maggots. He's gonna, I tell you what, if he can square this corner up a bit more than Omega, get a better run through, he's got a better chance at Brooklands. You see, he's just not quite got in. He's got a little bit of a run, but not quite enough. Oh, and they touch.
A little bit of contact.
Scooby can't complete it though. Very touring car-esque racing this, as they now head towards the line.
Yeah, Scooby played fair there. He didn't take advantage of the little push that he gave Amiga. Not a lot in it, but would have been enough to take the place. A lot of considerate driving going on tonight. That's nice to see.
Behind, Fraser is on the attack against Cam, or is it the other? I think it's actually Cam on the attack against Fraser, and he's done him through Cobb's corner.
So Cam's getting 2 places.
But remember, Cam does have that penalty. So Fraser does not need to finish in front of him to be ahead of him.
Fraser, it's like Cam's giving a little bit of a toe with a rope there. He's just absolutely tracing his line.
Down the inside, maybe. Not quite.
He's got to be careful about Slider Gas as well. Slider Gas will take an advantage if it comes to him. And slide from Slider Gas there.
Worthwhile pointing out that Jamie has now passed Jack on the road. There they are. Jack, the highest place non-McGann and BMW. Mainly because there's only 2 of them running on the road. You've got Jack in his Astra and Shadowstalker in his Mercedes.
It's a bit of a shame because it's a cracking looking car, that Astra.
Especially in the new colours they've got as well, because obviously a few new liveries released. Back at the front though, and it is side by side going into Brooklands corner. And
Scooby makes a
Scooby
mistake.
can't quite hold it on the road. And if he doesn't get a slowdown, he'll be very lucky. Because about half the field have got penalties tonight.
I think Scooby will just carry on anyway. Shouldn't give him more than a second penalty for that, so he'll just carry on. I think he'll take the penalty given to him, which it looks like he has.
He's now taken the hit, and it is a 2-second penalty for Scooby.
That's very harsh. Very, very harsh.
So that is pretty much game, set and match, unfortunately for Scooby. He's going to try with all his might to get past Omega, but it's going to be in vain, as we are on the final lap already. I mean, these races do fly by when you're watching them.
Yeah, especially when it's action-packed, like from start to finish, as it has been tonight as well. There's just been battles everywhere. Oh, lock up from Omega, that's going to allow Scooby down the side. Oh, touch.
But it will be Omega who will take the checkered flag. He will become the sole leader of the modern touring cars this season at the halfway point. Scooby takes second, but does he keep it from Boy Raxa? Yes, he will. Martin fourth. Cam is fifth. There's Fraser. He's lost a lot of time, so Cam will keep his fifth place. Slidergas will be in seventh. Whitford in eighth. Jamie FL30 doing what he does usually in ninth place. Jack in 10th. Here comes Ginge in 11th. There's Envoy Extreme in 14th. Just one high mofo left to come. And Jamie, I mean, he does that almost every race now that there's a stream on at least. He tries to roll the car at the end. And one high mofo.
His trademark now. It's a good job it's not a real car and he doesn't have to pay for the damage.
Definitely, but Omega will take the win from Scooby G. Boy Raxa 14 will be third on his debut, a fantastic debut in the modern touring cars, considering he doesn't really like front-wheel drive. Martin 4th, Cam Deere is in 5th, Fraser 6th, Slidergas 7th, Whitford 0 is in 8th, Jamie 9th, Jack 10th, Ginge 11th, One Homofo in 12th, Shadow Stalker 13th, Envoy Extreme will round out the grid in 14th, with Tim not starting the race. Now, Phil, you're obviously used to my sort of commentary with the Ginettas. Who is your driver of that race?
Driver of the race. I mean, Amiga didn't really put a foot wrong. Boy Raxa, I'm going to give it to Boy Raxa. It is, like you say, it's his debut in the race. He's finished third. When you enter a league for the first time against people that racing it week in, week out, and again in a car that he's not used to driving, you know, you've got to give him credit where credit's due. So Boy Raxa for me, I'd give him race of the race.
Yeah, good pick. I think in my view, he's actually going to be Fraser. I mean, from the poor qualifying he had down in like 11th or 12th, to get back up into that mid-pack and have a massive battle still. I think mine's going to go to him for this race.
It is hard to pick, to be fair. There's a lot of
definitely.
There's a lot of action to sort of try and get your head around as well. It's one of them that you probably need to. If you watched a replay of it, I'd probably change my mind 2, 3, 4 times before I decided.
So next up for the modern touring cars, then obviously this is the halfway point, but obviously this normally a break week for next gen, but because they took the bank holiday off, we are racing all the way through now to round number 12, and round 7 is next week at Snetterton 300. 13 laps of that, so obviously you're going to have the Group A's on the 200 track, the Moderns on the 300 track, so do join us next week for that one. Up next on this, I'm going to be racing in the Clios on the Monday nights, so if you want to watch a commentator try and race with everyone, feel free to watch that. But from here on the Moderns, that's it for the night. Phil, any last words before we go off?
No, obviously if you are new to Jordan's channel, do subscribe, give it a share and a like as well. Tune in every Monday for touring car action from NXTGEN as well. But thanks very much for watching. Thanks for having me as well. Let me chat amongst you.
Yeah, it's been good to have you. I mean, it's the first touring car race I've co-commentated on, so very good to have someone else, especially someone else's opinions as well. I find it's quite interesting during a race.
Yeah, it does help sometimes when you've got a person there to help you chat with, especially when you're, I don't know, you notice something out the corner of your eye, and at least then you've got someone else that can fill the gaps if you need to have a drink or something like that as well. So, yeah, always good.
Definitely. But from me and Phil tonight, we do thank you for watching this round number 6 of the Moderns. Do join us next week for round 7, and like as I said, Clio action up next where I'm driving. So from all of us here at NextGen, the modern touring cars, thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your night.